Hey, g'day everybody. We're going to do a quick episode on how to do custom sails. And we can actually see my one scrunched up a little bit behind me. It's got my skull and my name on the sail. That's actually drawn outside of the game and imported. And we're going to basically do one right now, because I don't actually want this front handling sailing. I want to replace it with a speed sail. And so we'll be able to go through the steps that you need to be able to create your own. Okay, so we've placed our sail. I've actually got all of the different colours in my inventory at the moment, but for this particular step you only need one colour. You paint the sail, and what we can actually see here is the sail configuration as it's opened. To turn the thing, it's not quite intuitive. You actually need to control left click and drag if you're using mouse and keyboard, and that allows you to turn it around. And the mouse wheel is your usual zoom. Oops, already started painting. And what we actually want to do, I think it was down the bottom here, actually says shift and left click to thick paint. So we're going to paint the border of the sail. Just run around the outside, paint a line all the way around, and we're going to do that for each of these sails. Right, now that we've got our rough outline, we go up to the top left and we save the paint. You're going to give it a unique name. So we're going to call this the Large Speed Export. Now, I'll just call it EX. So the thing about this is when you export it, it's going to save a particular name. We actually want to import it as a different name later on, because it actually caches the names. And so if you want to be able to import it again, you give it a different name so that it's saved. And I'll explain that, I guess, a little bit more when we get to it. But that should be saved now. Now we go off and we drag this over. So under our Steam install, under Atlas, shoot a game, saved, my paintings. Under here, we will now have the Large Speed EX, underscore sail triple underscore C. The important part here is the underscore sail triple underscore C, and then there's a number which represents, which one it's actually up to. So we're going to, I've already downloaded the application, but there is an Arc Paint application. So we might as well just open up a second thing here. So Arc Paint Converter, you can basically just search for that and download it. There are different ones, but what this does is it converts the PNG file from Atlas, makes it a PNG so that you can actually muck around with it. So Atlas Converter, open. We want the Large Speed X Paint, done, and we can see here that we've got the outlines. And so what you can now do is save that as a PNG file. Same folder, done, and PNG, I would do edit. So I just use Paint 3D, comes by default with Windows, but yeah, you can basically say, because these are nice square sails, you can actually come in here, you can overwrite that with a nice square, done, and then I would be able to use the brushes to fill, and there's maybe a particular color that I'm looking for, and you do that with each one of those, and that basically gives you what you want. You can then take an image or anything you like and actually place it within that zone, and it will put it on that particular sail. So if I have a look in here, my sail template here was this one, I believe. Yes, and so you can see here I've got those same boxes, and on one of them I've placed the skull, and on one of them I've placed my name. Alright, once we've got that done, we can then open up our picture that we're interested in within this thing, and then we will basically be saving that as a PNG file. And this is where I said that you need to change the name. So you find out where you're up to in terms of the sail triple C, in terms of the number, give it a different name at the front. Alright, so we talked about it basically being Large Speed. I'm going to be using a different one, but yeah, give it a unique name at the front, increment the number on the end, and that's what you're going to save it as. Oh, I should have done it down there. But yeah, you get the picture. And once that's saved, it will then be available for you in the game. And so, once again, we are on the sail. I should be able to import... Which one is it? Not that one. Yeah, it's going to be that one. Okay, you can see here that it needs all of these colours to be able to fulfill. Now, I already have them in my inventory, so if I... Oh, I can't actually... Yeah, I can simulate this. We'll go over here. There's one of these boxes empty. Good. Chuck all that in there. So we come back. We want to import. You're now looking at this one, and you can see that there's missing resources. It tells you what colors you don't have in your inventory. As I was saying earlier about the names. So in here with the available ones that I can import, we've got the Large Speed EX. So if I was to change that in my Paint 3D and then save it again as that PNG file, until I quit the game and come back in, it wouldn't actually reload the changes because it caches what you've done in the game until you exit the game. Which is why if you want to create a new thing without quitting the game, you can load it as Large Speed X, save it as something else, so maybe Large Speed, and then it will then appear in the list with the changes straight away. But if you're willing to just quit and come back into the game, then you'll basically have what you want. From there, hit load painting at the top, and it will go through and start applying colors for you. Alright, and now we can actually see my pictures on my sails. It looks like it's coming across quite neatly. You have to be careful if you do start clicking around trying to turn this and you accidentally draw. You probably have to re-import everything and use all the paint a second time. But that's okay, we don't even need to look at it because we're going to go have a quick sail and we'll unfurl it and see the whole lot in action. There we go. Beautiful sails. Well, there you have it. That's how I managed to get a template from scratch, how to populate it, and then get the images onto your sails. Make sure if you found this video useful, you leave me a comment and a like. Otherwise, if you'd like to see more content, go ahead and subscribe. Alright, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. See ya.